Welcome everybody to another episode, and actually I say another episode, but this is the first episode. I mean the very first episode of Shooting the Shit with your host. This is me, Eric Lagaikis, and yeah, so this is episode number 1. I just recently got into the podcasting game with a whole different podcast, and I wanted to do something completely opposite of what I was already doing. Mine was more professional based off my career. This one is based off of just literally just hanging out and just shooting the shit. Hence the name, Shooting the Shit. So if you're offended by the word shit, I apologize, but it's going to be in this podcast. And there's probably going to be other words here or there. We'll keep it slightly clean, I think. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's just me. That's just me talking. There might be some random people that drop in here from time to time, and who knows? Might get some regulars, might get someone that wants to just do this with me all the time. I don't know. I literally have no idea how this is going to go. I really don't. But that's the beauty of podcasting, right? Beauty of podcasting. So yeah. So pretty much what this podcast is about is just kind of everything. It's about current news, current things going on in the world, just things that we just won't even talk about. There might not even be any sense to any conversations, especially once I get some of my friends in here. There literally might not be any sense being made whatsoever. But that's fine. Because to me, that's what I like that. I actually enjoy that. Listening to a podcast where there really isn't any agenda, no, kind of just fly by the seat of your pants. I kind of like that, But, it is what it is. I was actually kind of hoping that we would have, some sort of, chat log in here, but I really don't see any type of chat log inside this in this console. I don't even know if anyone's even going to listen to this shit show. But that's fine. Whatever. No one wants to listen to it. That's cool. But there are some cool things that I do want to talk about. Should I tell you a little bit about myself? Maybe I should. I don't know. My name is Eric, and I'm 36 years old. I from South Carolina, originally from the Chicagoland region. Besides the food and sports, that place sucked. So I'm very happy to be living in the South now, not living in that crap hole state of Illinois. But yeah, I'm down here now in the South. It's fun. I love it. Weather's great. I'm right by the ocean, and I don't have to deal with the politics of Illinois, or the possibility of getting shot. So yeah, I have that going for me too as well. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I pretty much I like everything from. I mean, I love politics. I really do. I love this country. I love everything this country stands for. I will put a disclaimer out there right now. I am a Trump supporter, so if you're listening to this and you get easily offended, well, you might, because I'm a Trump supporter. I love this country. I love my guns, and I love coffee. Coffee is amazing. So you might want to stay if you like listening to coffee, but if you like, if you're one of those left wings that don't like other people's opinions, well, then you're guaranteed to not like this show. So, I don't really call myself a conservative, though. Or conservative. I do consider myself a conservative, but I don't consider myself technically a Republican. I don't really have a label of Republican. I kind of truly am a middle of the road conservative. There's some views that I have that are, I wouldn't say liberal based, but there's some views that I have that are not typically a conservative view. I also have some views that are not that could lean more on the liberal side, because I think the best person to have is someone who is straight up in the middle. When you have one person that's on one side, one person that's on a complete other side, you literally don't have a debate. I think having someone who's in the middle, being a middleman, is honest to God one of the best things ever. So I like being that middleman. I like having the middle of the road. So I don't really lean more to one side, but I will tell you that I am a Trump supporter. There have been Democrats in the past that I actually have liked. Currently, there are none that I like, so I apologize to any Democrats, but yep. Don't really care for many Democrats right now. I think the Democratic Party is kind of it's a loose cannon, if you ask me. I know right now there's probably some people out there that are like flipping out on me. But actually, I'll be honest with you. With the title of this episode being MAGA, I doubt I'm going to get any liberals listening to this. I'll be straight honest. And then the ones are going to see MAGA and they're just going to come in and protest. But that's okay. Protesting is an American thing, I guess. I don't know. Protesting while standing in traffic, though, that's just stupid. So if you do that, you might want to check yourself. So, what are we going to talk about? That's my question. I really want to know what we're going to talk about. Well, there's some things in the current news. Today is June 6th, if you're listening to this live. But yeah, so today is June 6th. I can't believe it's already June 6th. That is the craziest part of this whole thing. I literally feel like it was just winter. We actually had some snow down here in South Carolina this past winter. I don't even know when it was. I think it was 2018. We actually had a lot of snow, which is super rare for down here. And I literally feel like we just had that snow, and all of a sudden it's a month away from one of the greatest holidays that we have, and that's the 4th of July. So it's crazy that we're even here at this point. So, what are we going to talk about? I think we're going to talk about everything. There's some current events that are going on that I really, really want to talk about. Actually, I'll talk about this one just because it's something that's going on Facebook right now that I am currently in conversation with someone. But I told you that I'm so glad I moved out of that dirty state of Illinois, and this is kind of one of the main reasons why I am so happy that I left that state. There's a town in Illinois called Deerfield, northern-ish town of Chicago. And Deerfield is actually ordering their residents, not requesting, ordering their residents to hand over what they call, quote-unquote, assault weapons. This town is banning them, ordering them to turn them in. And I'm on a debate right now on Facebook about this whole quote-unquote assault rifle tag that they put on these rifles, and or assault weapon tag they put on these rifles, and pretty much what else they're doing. It is just it's just ridiculous. This new ordinance is banning quote-unquote assault guns in self-defense and ordering them to turn them in. When the hell did a single town become, no pun intended, but when did a small single town think that they can trump a constitution? And yes, this is part of the Constitution. So I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that this thing is even a thing. I really do. And I'm arguing somebody on Facebook about this right now that that there isn't any difference. Like, you cannot argue that this is unconstitutional. The argument back to me, which is hilarious, was they said that the right to bear arms does not include rocket launchers, tanks, or artillery. So the question is does this village or town have the right? One, that's a whole different spectrum. A tank and rocket launcher. from an AR-15, which, by the way, people that don't understand, AR does not mean assault rifle. So if you think it means assault rifle, you better check yourself. But seriously, when the hell did a town think that they can trump a constitutional right that we have as Americans? That's my question. So, I mean, Deerfield, I don't know what the hell you guys are smoking in Deerfield, but you might want to lay off it because you guys are kind of looking ridiculous. Kind of looking ridiculous. But I don't know. So my question is, what are your views? What are your views on this? And I know you guys have views out there. Everyone has their views. No matter if you're conservative or you're liberal, you have views on guns. And my views on guns, personally, if you're going to ask me, which you're not, but it's my show, so I'm talking. My views on guns, it's the simple fact is that it's not a gun issue. It hasn't been a gun issue for the longest time. It's been a mental health issue. And I know the liberal side is going to jump on that one, and that's what you always say. Well, it's true. I'm sorry, it's a mental health issue. If you looked at excuse me, I just headbutted my mic. If you look at most of the issues that have come about, some of the issues that have arisen using rifles, it comes back down to mental health. So when do you put in the right legislation to deal with that? I don't know. That's the question. That's the $1 million question. And unfortunately, Washington is so jacked up right now that I don't think that we will ever figure it out. I keep getting these dings, and I don't know what they are. I think they're coming from Facebook. But yeah. So there's some stuff going on Facebook right now that's actually pretty funny about this whole assault. It's funny. It's about this whole assault weapon debate. It's crazy. It's actually pretty funny to watch because the thing that I find the funniest about this whole assault weapons, quote unquote, assault weapons, is the simple fact is that the left cannot grasp the reality that there is no such thing as an assault weapon. A weapon's a weapon no matter what the hell it is. And that's what I cannot figure out. I mean, I have a coffee cup in front of me right now. If someone walked in my door right now and I threw that coffee cup and hit him in the side of the face and it cut him open, guess what? That just became an assault weapon. It was an assault mug. So this whole assault debate is just absolutely crazy. Ridiculously crazy. I can go on and on for like that for hours, but I'm not going to. Because I could, and I'm sure there's people that would be listening to us, but eventually we'd get to a point where we're just going to go round in circles. But did you guys see actually today? By the way, I love that Trump did this, but Trump actually canceled the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl visit to the White House, even though there's really only one Philadelphia Eagles that actually said he was going to come, and that's Nick Foles, which mad respect to you, Nick Foles. Everyone else in the Eagles, shame on you. You're a bunch of little crybabies. I don't care who you are. I don't care. And I said this when Obama was president too. There was some sports teams that won, and there was some people that refused to go because of Obama. And the fact of the matter is, I think it's a joke if you refuse to go to the White House over political stuff. But I also think it's a joke that the White House invites these teams. And I'm a huge sports fan. I love sports. But I also think it's a huge joke that